it's now going to become more exciting and more fun because we're going to go to an auction. When you go into that room, you have no problems. Don't come out with a problem you can't solve.
173 and a half. 174 and a half. 175 and a half. No, at £175,000. At 175,000 seated on the aisle, 175. At £175,000, are we all done? At 175,000 once. At 175,000 twice. At 175,000 selling away. Congratulations, sir. Well bid. 175,000. That's lot 10.
Here we are in Norwich at Auction House Norwich's auction. 350 people in the room. Brian Baxter, who's a fantastic auctioneer, is doing his work behind me today. People ask me, where do you find deals? Well, there's a number of deals to be bought in the room today, 40 in total. Just make sure you buy the right one and there's good profit in it. I always think auction day is like match days for football fans. It's a very exciting day for everyone. I've been doing it many, many years and I'm still excited about being here today.
108, 109, 110, 111, 112.
So, here we are with Brian Baxter. I believe Brian Baxter is is the best auctioneer in the UK. One of the reasons for that is because I've known him 30 years. He's a great friend of mine, but also because he is very, very good and he auctioneers at a lot of auctions. Most auctioneers only auction 5-7 times a year. This man's doing 100 a year, all over the country. He's based in Norwich and he's a director of Auction House. Brian.
Hello.
Looking at it now, we saw it earlier, it's really like the aftermath of a football match where I'm John Motson and I'm interviewing the successful manager with the empty stadium behind me. What sort of day have you had?
Yeah, you never quite know. You come into the room and it's empty when you arrive an hour beforehand, and it gradually fills up, and then you have this atmosphere in the room. And we had a really strong, buzzing room today, and plenty of standing room at the back, and all the seats were filled, and lots of hands. So it's been a really good day.
Really good day. And to compare it to a football match is similar. At Cambridge United, we used to pray we're going to get a good gate, and we could pay the bank manager the money back we borrowed from him. And it's a little bit similar to you. Presumably, depending on the lots, depends how good your day is going to be.
Yeah, we're lucky. We've got some really good clients who bring good stock to us regularly, and we call them seat fillers, floor fillers. They're properties which are going to create a lot of interest with builders, investors, private individuals. So you've got multiple people.
And they're the ones you put at the start of the auction because you know you're going to get a good bid.
Yeah, we're going to put them at the beginning or at the end. We always try and leave one of the best ones to the end of the auction.
Just to keep people in the room.
Just to keep people sat there.
And I'm very, very conscious of when I'm advising people about auctions to make sure that they've viewed the property, they know if there is an issue with it, they know what that is, and they have the funds ready to buy. What would your advice be to would-be first-time buy auction buyers?
Well, I think you've hit it nail on the head. Do your investigations first, sort your preparation, know what you're bidding on that property, and talk to other people. Get some advice from people who've done it before and they know what they're doing. And
perhaps turn up a couple of times, and make sure your hand doesn't go up, and get the feel of them, get to meet you. I mean, everyone seems to think you are God. And really, the truth is, you're like Moses, and you're happy to talk to everybody, as are all your staff here. Yeah. And most auctioneers in the country are the same. You know, you need them to buy. Yeah. So you're going to be open and helpful as much as you can be, and that's so important at an auction. And I think it's really exciting process. And I always say to people, they say they can't find a property. I said, go to an auction. Oh, we haven't been to an auction before. Well, learn the job. You can do some dry runs before you actually go to one and bid.
I very much agree. Many of my regular buyers now have started off by coming to an earlier auction, watching what happens, get a bit of confidence, then bid on a lot and ask for advice. We're happy to give advice. We don't mind sharing our knowledge, and hopefully with that little bit of knowledge comes confidence. And if you're confident about what you want to buy and you feel good about the end result, then you're going to buy something which you think is is good for your purposes, whether it's for investment or to do up and sell on. But the auction is there for your benefit as well. He wants you sitting in that chair, so he's going to encourage you and give you the best of his advice, and he wants you to come back because he doesn't want you to sell buy one property. He wants to buy.
So the last thing you want to do is to sell a property to someone who's not happy with what they've bought.
Absolutely,
because that's no good to anyone.
I don't mind squeezing the last ounce of flesh out of someone if they're sitting in the room. So
that's kind of you. Yeah.
So you've got to set your limit. But my job is to sell it for as much as I can.
Of course you can. Of course it is. You're acting for the vendor at the end of the day. But that doesn't mean there aren't bargains. In every auction, there's lots of bargains, and you just need to find them. And buy them.
You're always so mean, John. But
thank you. I take that as a compliment.
You never bid enough. But when you do buy, I know you've bought yourself something which you're very happy with.
You've got to buy right.
Absolutely. Buying right is important. But today's auction was a classic example. There's a couple of properties there which I think you could call them bargains. They didn't go for.
Would I call them bargains? That's the question.
I'm not even sure you'd call them a bargain, but they were bargains for me. But there was lots of others which went way beyond what we thought.
Brian, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And good luck at your next auction, which is 2 days' time or something.
Well, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. There you go. I said he does a lot of auctions, so there you go.
Thank you very much.
Brian, thank you.
Pleasure.